Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you from Israel. We've got reports coming out today as of Sunday, May 26, 2024, that Hamas has fired several rockets towards central Israel targeting Tel Aviv. Okay, Tel Aviv is one of the major cities in Israel. We've got a picture here of a direct impact from a rocket fired from Rafah. Now, it looks like Hamas got a hold of some rockets somehow down in Rafah while the IDF is operating there. And if you weren't aware of this, the Israeli Defense Forces are currently inside of Rafah right now, operating, trying to eliminate Hamas down there. And it looks like Hamas was able to get a hold of some rocket systems. These are long-range rockets, by the way. And these were launched all the way from Rafah, the southernmost side of the Gaza Strip, all the way over to Israel, targeting Tel Aviv. So it looks like there was somewhere between, I'm hearing 8 and 12 rockets that were fired. And some of them were intercepted by the Iron Dome air defense system. But I believe there were several that did get through and did strike Tel Aviv. I was hearing some report that there may have been an injury, but initial reports are not really talking about that yet. Maybe we're waiting for more information to come out. But as far as I know, nobody was killed in this attack. But this is the first time that Tel Aviv, or just Israel in general, has been attacked by Hamas in quite a while now. I think it happened one or two other times during the Rafah invasion here. But this is probably the biggest attack that Israel has seen in a while from Hamas. Because if you remember, just months back, this used to happen a lot, just prior to the major invasion of Gaza as well, from the IDF. So I've got lots of information to go over here with you today. We're going to be talking about this during this video. So let's go ahead and get right into this. This is on Al Jazeera. It says Hamas fires rockets at Israel's Tel Aviv, causing first sirens for months. The Israeli army has said that 8 rockets were fired from Gaza targeting central Israel, including Tel Aviv. So there was multiple cities that were targeted. Here's a picture of some people taking cover here. I think that looks like that might be rockets right up there. You can actually see the trails from them. We'll have some video footage here for you in just a moment as well. It says here, people take cover as missiles from Israel's Iron Dome air defense system intercept rockets fired by Palestinian fighters from the Gaza Strip near the city of Herzliya. Herzliya, I think is how you say it. So it says here, Hamas says it has launched rockets at Tel Aviv, prompting sirens to sound in the Israeli city for the first time in several months. The Israeli military said on Sunday that 8 rockets were launched from the Rafah area in southern Gaza, where its forces have continued a ground assault, despite an order from the International Court of Justice, the ICJ, to halt operations there. So we've been talking a lot about that lately. The ICJ just put out an order just the other day telling Israel to halt their military offensive on Rafah, but they have continued on anyway. Even though the ICJ put out this order, they're still operating in Rafah right now, as far as I know. Israel's air defense system intercepted several of them, the military said. Rafah is located around 100 kilometers or 62 miles south of Tel Aviv. According to local media reports, sirens sounded in about 30 areas across central Israel, including Tel Aviv, and there have been reports of several light injuries due to the attack. Okay, so it looks like we have some light injuries, maybe some shrapnel or something like that maybe went flying when these rockets went off. But like I said, nothing major. As far as I know, no people were killed or anything by this. Hamas's military wing, the Qassam Brigades, claimed responsibility for the attack, saying in a statement on its Telegram channel on Sunday that the rockets were launched in response to Zionist massacres against civilians. Hamas-linked Al-Aqsa TV said the rockets were launched from the Gaza Strip. So yeah, apparently that's what Hamas was saying, that this was a response to Zionist massacres against civilians. And what they're talking about is Israel, killing well over 35,000 Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. That this was their response, was to launch a bunch of rockets towards Israel. And lately as well, I haven't reported on this, but northern side of Israel has been under heavy attack by the Hezbollah group up in Lebanon. Okay, there was just reports coming out, I think it was yesterday, the day before, where there was like hundreds of rockets being fired towards northern Israel, and that that whole conflict over there has been ongoing this entire time, and it's actually not even, widely talked about. It's been a constant fight over there for the IDF against Hezbollah, that I think it's kind of become a little numb or stale for many people. But here's another picture here as well. Debris, it says debris collected by Israeli police is seen next to a bomb squad vehicle after a rocket fired by Palestinian militants struck in the Israeli city of Herzliya amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas. So here's a picture right here. There's a piece of a rocket that probably fell near the street here. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cite this down below if you guys want to read some more of this. There's lots of other information in this article regarding Israel and Hamas. But I've got a couple other things that I want to show you here. We're going to go over some video footage showing these rockets being fired. And we'll go over a little bit more information as well. So let's go ahead and show you this also. This is actually from a French news agency called, I don't know if it's Agence France Presse is how you'd say that. But I had it translated here by Google, and it says the Israeli army claims that at least 8 rockets were fired this Sunday towards the center of the country from the Rafah region in the Gaza Strip, while Hamas says it targeted Tel Aviv with a major barrage of rockets. So we've got some video footage from these trails of these rockets flying through the air. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Okay, so we could definitely see multiple trails here. 1, 2, 3, 4, might be like 3 or 4 right here. 5, 6, 7. So it looks like 7 or 8 just in this barrage right here. And yeah, like I said, we had reports that there was like 8 that were fired. But I was hearing upwards of 10 to 12 possibly as well. We'll go over another report that talks about that. But yeah, it was really strange seeing this kind of video footage again, because we haven't seen anything like this in a while. I remember when I first started reporting this stuff back earlier this year, I believe, there was lots more attacks like this going on right at the beginning of this whole Gaza conflict happening. And Hamas was really trying to push for Israel to come and attack them as well, I think is what they were trying to do. But obviously they were just bombing Israel like crazy with lots of rockets all the time. And we used to see video footage, pictures, everything. They actually kind of looked cool in some ways. Like you'd see some of the footage and the rockets flying through the skies, and it looked cool, like in terms of color and everything. But to think that these are rockets flying through the air coming at people is absolutely horrifying. And this is what the Israeli people have been dealing with for a long time. So it was interesting to see this again when it's been a while since I've seen that. So next up, I want to show you this from Megatron Ron. It seems that Hamas got new toys against which the Iron Dome is powerless. They launched about 10 to 12 long-range rockets from Rafah, traveling 100 to 110 kilometers to hit Tel Aviv after a hiatus of 4 months. The Iron Dome failed to intercept the rockets. More than 8 direct impacts were made, causing material damage and the ignition of fire. This is probably the first warning to Israel that if it continues to target and massacre children, it will be returned in kind. So yeah, like I said, that's what Hamas said, that a lot of it was to do with the massacring of the people in the Gaza Strip, okay? Lots of innocent people are being killed, and this was their response, apparently. And something else that I wanted to note here regarding the Iron Dome. So if you noticed, this time around, the Iron Dome wasn't so effective. And whenever Israel was coming under heavy rocket attack just months back, 6 months ago, or however long it was, these attacks were, for the most part, they were prevented. I remember a lot of these rockets would get taken out by the Iron Dome system. Well, this time around, these rockets just came right in. There was only, 8 or 12 that were fired, and they said they shot down several of them. So let's say maybe it was 3 or 4, but obviously we've got several rockets that came and actually landed in the city, so they weren't all shot down. So obviously the Iron Dome was not extremely effective here in this attack, which I thought was interesting as well. So we've got video footage here and a picture to go over, so let's take a look at these real quick as well. So sirens going off here in Tel Aviv, and as we can see, looks like some rockets struck right here over by these buildings, actually. There may have been two strikes, looks like, maybe one there and one here, possibly, but definitely at least one strike. And again, it's pretty crazy because a lot of these attacks used to be thwarted by the Iron Dome system, and now it looks like, I don't know if it was caught off guard or what's going on, but you would think that Israel would be prepared for this if this were to happen, especially while this war is going on over in the Gaza Strip. You would think that they'd be prepared and have their Iron Dome system activated well, especially considering, too, that they just got attacked by Iran just recently. There was a major attack on Israel, hundreds of drones and missiles that targeted them, and I covered that whole story. And these smaller rockets just came right in and struck in Tel Aviv. So finally, I just got a picture here for you. Here's where another rocket struck. It looks like it struck near these buildings. I don't know if it hit that building right there. It looks like it may have, but we've got some smoke here from this area. So pretty crazy, guys. Just wanted to share this information with you. And yeah, this is the first time that I've seen Tel Aviv come under attack like this in months, okay? It hasn't happened in a while. And I'm sure this is going to push Israel to further their operation down in Rafah and definitely want to try to eliminate Hamas. But I've been talking about this for a while now, that I think that if the IDF is going to be operating down in the Gaza Strip, they're probably going to be there for some time, okay? They've set a timetable of like 6 weeks in Rafah or something like that. And maybe that could be true. Maybe after 6 weeks, they could be, for the most part, finished up in Rafah. But the problem that we've been hearing recently was that Hamas started to expand to other parts of the Gaza Strip. There's tons of people that started joining as well. Even though many of the members got eliminated, there's lots of people, new people that started joining and refilling the ranks of Hamas and making it more difficult now for the IDF. They had to go back to Khan Yunis, back to northern side of Gaza, in these areas that they supposedly eliminated Hamas and eradicated them. Now they got to re-engage with them, all these new fighters and new people that are joining. And it's getting difficult for the IDF down there now, and their strategy is not working out so well. So they're probably going to be down there for a while. And unless they can get control of Rafah here soon, I think this could happen again. I think Tel Aviv could come under attack once again. We'll have to see what happens. But as information comes out, if anything new comes out regarding this story, I will definitely update you all and let you know what's going on. But that's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoyed my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.